Hi, it's Tommy Jo from Bird Street Studios, and I was getting ready to start a journal, and I thought I'd kind of turn the camera on and just give you an idea of kind of how I start it. In my everyday life, real life, I do save cardboard boxes, different sizes. So when I have them, instead of just throwing them in the recycle, what I do is I take them apart and I cut the tops off and one side, so I end up with what looks like a book. Now they don't stay this size, but that's how I store them, like this. So I've got like regular Cheez-Its, I've got like the family size, so the spine is much larger. I have a Bisquick box. I actually save penny pasta. And in this case, what we're going to start with is, this was a popcorn box. So I'm going to put these away and then kind of give you an idea how I start it. When I make a journal, I usually take papers and, fold them in half, and that's kind of where I start. So what I decided for this journal is to make Botanical. And so I have a lot of really pretty papers. They're some digitals that I purchased off Etsy, and some that I created myself. So I've got some papers in here. Anything that I purchased off Etsy, and that I use, I will link in the description box. And then, like this paper right here, I created myself. And this one as well. This right here, a couple of these are like combinations of digitals. What I did is overlaid one over the other. Lightened some. Look at this one, how beautiful this is. I don't know if that's like 3 different kinds of paper together. Anyway. Like I said, whatever I use that I purchased, I will link in my description box. But basically, when I start a journal, my idea is I fold a piece of paper in half. And now my printer does print borderless, so I actually can make a 5.5 by 8.5 inch page. But in this case, I decided I wanted something a little bit smaller. I'm finding that if they're just a little bit smaller than that, they're a real comfortable journal to hold in your hand, So I cut this popcorn box down in size and just tried to make the sizes the same. So this is going to be 6 by, I think it's 8 or a little under 8. 6 by just a hair under 8. So I'm going to do my pages about, I don't know, I may cut this down from 6. If I do 5.5, I've got a 1/2 inch. I don't usually care to have that, a whole 1/2 inch out from the cover. So I'm thinking that I will make my pages 5.5 by just shy of 8. But I want to, for this journal, I was thinking that I would rip the pages. Oh, and I cut a spine. This is 1.5 inches. This is what was left over. So that'll end up being my cover. So I'm thinking that if I make these, if I rip the edges, I bet I can get them pretty close to how I want it. So I want just under 8, and these are about 8.5. So if I cut a 1/2 inch off of each of the papers, there's a lot of stuff going on in my head when I'm trying to think about this. What I'm thinking is, if I have a strip, I can use these for my collage. So if I make them 8 by 5.5, and then I rip the edges, it'll be just smaller than that. So I think that'll be a really good size. So what I'm going to do is go ahead on all of these and cut off a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to, for now, I'm going to just pick the ones that I printed backs to. That way when I fold them, I will already have a front and a back. Oh my gosh, look how pretty that is. Ah. Don't mind I've got a lot of, like, from Thanksgiving, I have like a burn here and a burn here. To be honest with you, I don't even know how I got it. But this one was actually blistered and was pretty bad. But like I said, I don't even remember getting burned, so they are a-okay, just look uglier than they are, actually. Oh, look at that, how pretty that is. Whew. Okay. The strips are going to be really pretty. Right now I'm thinking that I want to maybe rip the edges, but I may not because they're kind of pretty just like this. So let's see that. Let me just flip through and see if I have any more with backs on them. Oh, there's one. There. And there's one there. So let's use these two. Okay, so let's see how many we have. So we've got, I gotta figure if there's an up and a down, an upside and a downside to these. Oh yeah, some of them have like a text on it, so I'm gonna go ahead and fold them and see. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be such a good size. I don't know, maybe I won't rip the edges. I'm thinking probably 3 signatures. I'm just looking now to see if there's any kind of writing where I need to be careful of the upside or the downside here. I love this paper right here. This is a combination of papers, so. It looks like these roses should be kind of facing up like that, so I'll fold it like that. This right here is why I thought I would end up ripping the pages, because this has some white, but I don't know, maybe I can fold that and do something with the edge. Huh. This one. I fold it like this. And then this, like this. This could go in the, you know, it could go like this, and then we would have a page like that. I kind of like that. So I'm going to leave that one like that. Let's just fold this one. I may be able to just distress the edges and it would look okay. I don't know, maybe I would want to rip that edge down. I don't know. But anyways, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let's go ahead and put these together as 3 signatures. So I'm kind of just looking at the colors. I want to mix them up. I don't want to have all the pinks together and that kind of thing. So let's do like these 2 to start. Ooh, and they look a different size, which is probably, oh, I don't have it jogged. These two look like kind of the same colors to me. So let's do this and this. This. And this, like that. So there's our 3 signatures started. So now what I have is, so we can put this in one of them, okay? We can put this in one of them, and then we need something a little different. So I have this paper here that's got the stripes on it we can put, and there would be like 3 different. So let's do like this. May need to trim a little off of there, but that's okay. It's okay if it's not even the right size. And then let's put this one in here. And then let's put this one in here. We're going to do this. This will be pretty like this too. Look, because it kind of matches. Okay, so that's our start. Okay, so I have some trims, and I'm thinking that if I made these papers here by taking a digital that I purchased, and I inset some flowers. I did this one as well. Let's see if I have another one that I did. I thought I did a couple more. Okay, I have this one. This one looks the same. I think I made one light and one dark. Here, here. Okay, let me see. So, oh, all of these are very pretty. There's 3. I kind of, out of these 2, I kind of like the lighter background. I think, I don't know. But what I might do is hold that aside for now. Let's go ahead and cut the tops off, or the bottoms off of these to make them the same size, and we'll use these pages. And I'm just looking at this, and I think I'm going to take it off this side just because this graphic goes up much higher. So we'll make this a half inch shorter. And I will do the same with this one. Now this one I'm going to take it off the top part because I do have some graphic right down here. So let's take this right off the top. are pretty. Like I said, I inset the graphic on top of a paper that I purchased. So I'll link that for you. And I usually do about 8 to 10 pages in each signature. It depends on what I'm using. I may print some transparencies because this would be a beautiful journal with some transparencies in it. So let's see, we have these 3. I don't necessarily want to put the blue with the blue or green, so let's put this one here. Put that in there. I think I'll put this one with this. And then we'll put this one maybe right on the outside. Oh, maybe right on the outside, or maybe right in there. Okay. Okay, so I know right now that this is going to drive me crazy, this right here where I sewed this sheet. So I'm going to see if I can trim just a hair off of this and make it work. If it doesn't, it's okay. I mean, I don't care if it's a little bigger, and I don't want to cut into the stitching, but let's see if we can trim some off right to the top of the stitching, but I don't want to cut the stitching. And just make it so it doesn't stick out so far. If it sticks out a little, I'm okay with that, but let's see how that looks. I may or may not use it. Let's see. Okay, I think I can deal with that because I can just center it and it'll be a little bigger, so that's fine. Okay, so we're on our way with 3 signatures here, and I'm going to grab some coffee dyed paper, and we're going to use our strips to adorn a couple sheets, and I'll show you how I do that. Okay, well, while I was over there, I also thought this is packing paper that I flatten, and I thought I'd stick a piece of this in each one of the journals. I flatten them, and when you go into like places that do packing, a lot of the packing paper now is like has like a perforated edge. See this edge? And so it's all like stuck together. And what I do is I fold it all up and I rip them off, and then I cut them to size because I will use these in my printer. Like, I think I have something that I printed. Yeah, you can print on them. See? So I can use them in my printer. I can use them for pages. And they are great journaling pages. So I grabbed a couple of those, and we're going to cut these down to 8 inches. Oh, nothing like jogging the edge and then not using it. Okay, so if this is 8, we'll go just shy of 8. Let's see how big, if this is 11. And by, look at that, by 11. Perfect. So let's go ahead and fold one of these for each of the books. separate that just a hair like that. That packing paper is a little bit thinner. I print all of my digital pages on a 32-pound presentation paper, so they feel very good. They're not flimsy like bond. This is actually even probably lighter than a bond paper. It's packing paper, so it's just a little flimsier, but it's good because it adds, when you add that page, it doesn't take up a lot of bulk space. And then we're going to use 3 coffee dyed. And what I did is I coffee dyed paper. I don't know if you can see this through here. That's got like specks in it, colored specks. It's called confetti. And so we're going to cut these down to our 8 inch. And take a 1/2 inch off of each of these. And again, they don't have to be perfect because when we make them, we can make them how we like. Okay, I'm going to fold one, make sure it fits okay in there. Oh, perfect size. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 6 pages in each. Okay. And I've got, I want to take a coffee dyed paper for each one. Let's put 3 of these. And we're going to, I love to collage around the edges and make those kinds of pages. So let's cut this down to 8. Or about 8. When you coffee dye your papers, they kind of ripple, and so they're not exactly, they don't come out exactly the same sizes. So, so I have these 3 that I want to collage. And so I'm going to take some of these papers. I want different colors. Oh, I like that paper, so I don't want to use that. Is that the same? Let me see. No, those are a little different, and I love those pages. I don't necessarily want to use those. Let me see what else I have over here. I've got a couple of half sheets of pages that we can use. let's try those. Have sheets and pieces, and we'll see how far we get. So let me show you how I collage pages. So I want to collage the front of this and the inside of this, okay? So you can collage the inside as well. I'm going to do it this way. So what I'm going to do is look to cut this into like wider strips than the pieces that I ripped off up here, because I want them a little wider, not real wide, but and we'll do a couple of each one. And I'll show you what I do. There. Let's get a couple of these. A couple of these. Okay. So what we want to do is we want to start on an edge, and we'll just rip a few pieces. I put 2 pieces for each page. Perfect. Okay. So this one, and I just used my glue stick. Let me get this out of the way. Get my glue book over here. And what I don't necessarily want is this white space, but I'm going to cover it up with another piece. And I'm going to put this one maybe like this, because this is more of a straight edge, and so is the bottom. And both this edge and this edge will get covered up. So put this like this. And then what we're going to do is take this piece and put it up on the top somewhere. Maybe like here. And then so all I'm doing is kind of collaging around the edges with this colored paper. They don't have to be the same size. They can be square, they can be small, they can be large. It's really your choice how you want to do it. Okay, so we use that one and that one. Let's try one of these. And then we try to fill in with other stuff. So like this, I could probably use 2 here and overlap them. 1, 2. Sounds like I'm getting we have like family group text. So I need to shut that off probably. Okay, and this one I'm just going to overlap so it doesn't stick over too far, but I want to rip this edge off. And I don't want any of this white to show, so I'm going to rip it back a little bit. Perfect. And then we want to do the same at the top. Get rid of that white. And get rid of that white. Okay, so I'm going to finish this. I'm going to do the inside and do the same with these, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back with these all done. So what I did basically is I took one coffee dyed sheet of paper and I collaged an edging around. So we still have journaling space here and journaling space here. I'm going to go ahead and put them in our, find a place for them in here. How about like right here would be good. There's one. And then I also pulled just some coffee dyed paper here. And I thought I would stick a piece of that in. So let's go ahead and put that in as well. Find a place. How about if we put it right in here? Where did I put this one? Was just inside the brown bag is where I put that one. So let's do this one the same, just inside the brown. Let's kind of switch it up a little. There, and I put the paper on the outside of the brown bag, so let's do the same here. I tend to make my signatures very similar when I'm decorating them or whatever. Not really sure why, but I do. Whoops. Okay, so right now in each one we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's 8. And I usually like to have in the center, I like to have a sheet that's, you know, facing in here. So I printed out there were a couple of papers that I really, really liked in here. This was one of them. I like that one. I like these a lot as well. Oops. But now you see my process of how I put something together. I'm like crazy trying to make decisions. I'm not a very good decision maker. Okay, I just want to check and see if I have duplicate pages. I definitely want this in there, but remember we're trimming these down, so I have to cut a piece off of this probably, but I definitely want that in there. I'm going to just set that in that one because I think that would look good in that one. And Okay, so this paper right here would go good in there. This actually is the same as this paper, but I printed this out very faded. And for what I want to do, I think that'll look really nice there. So we just need one for here. So let's see what we have. I don't want the roses. I don't want that. So I'm thinking that I kind of like this one here. But what my intent is to fold it down, so I need something that's got the graphic more on the bottom. It either has to have the graphic more on the bottom, or it's got to be, you know, a graphic that's all over it, like this one here would be all over. Let's just see what we got. That one might work. I'm going to make like a double pocket like this. So I'm thinking that I may need to take this paper and print something on the back side of it. Do I have something on the back side of that? Yes. Do I have something on the back side of that? No. So I may need to take these other two and print on the back sides. But I'm thinking this one here. Okay, so I've got those sorted out. Just want to flip real quick. I think I like this one here because it has these flowers down at the bottom, so I'm going to trade that out like that. Okay. This is a different kit that I had from Romantica Arts. Kind of some cool stuff. And these are from Journal Centric, I think. So anyways. So what I was thinking was I am going to need to cut these down, so let's do that first. Remember, we're doing them right around 8 inches. I think. I think we're taking a 1/2 inch off. Let's double check. Yeah. Right around 8. Okay, so if we take a 1/2 inch off here, off of here, and I think I'm going to take it off this top because it's got less color up there. And then this one, I think there's a lot of color here, so I want to keep that because that's the part we're going to really see. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to fold this so that the design is in, because I'm going to fold this down. But what I'm thinking is I may need to either print something there or line that with something, and then I may sew this page together. So let's go ahead and fold this one in. I love this paper. Okay, 2. And 3. Okay, so we know what we want to do here. Okay, so what we're going to do is take this and I wouldn't fold it exactly to there. I would probably fold it to here. Okay, like that, so we have an edge there. With that in mind, we want to kind of match up this one here. So that will sit inside here like this, like a pocket when you open it. Okay. Oh, how pretty is that with this? So I think, yeah, I think I want to take those other ones and go ahead and print something on the back of those. Is that? And then, oh, that'll be pretty. Okay, so we've got those. And the very last thing I wanted to do in this video is I saw an idea for, and so I folded this just to see how it would go, to put inside. Okay, you don't want to do there, but we could do it here. Okay, and so all I did was I took a sheet and folded it in half, and I figured I would put it in here and just seal up these sides, and then we'd have a pocket here. So I'm gonna mark that spot there. That's perfect. And then let's pick another paper. So where I put it was right on the other side of that paper. So in this case it's coffee dyed, so it doesn't really matter what paper we use. I kind of like this one because it's got the browns in it. So if we fold this, and then what I will do is, I'm not going to document making this whole journal, because I know when I do that it ends up being 8 or 9 videos. So what I might do is go ahead and in these 2 books right here, okay, this page I'm gonna print on. I'll go ahead and get these pockets in, and then I will make these pockets, And then maybe we'll come back and we'll make some ephemera or some belly bands or something like that for them. You know, I'll do another video, and maybe the last video would be finishing and possibly a flip through or something like that. So I think that's going to be all for the first video. I hope you enjoyed that, and these are so pretty. I'm going to be looking for like some botanical type ephemera and stuff like that that I can use to decorate them and stuff. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed. I hope I gave you some good ideas. Remember to look in my videos for how to make these with the strips. And also I have a video on how to do the collage pages. Where are they? The collage pages, I have a video on how I do that. And so you might want to look that up too, and wait till I come back with those pieces completed, and we'll move forward on this botanical journal. Thank you so much. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.